Hello again. I am Bane, and I'm on an adventure. Currently, I'm in Big Stone Gap, which is in southwest Virginia. We're gonna just roll around town. I believe there's a trail, a little bike path, walking path, that rolls around town. We'll probably roll through there. We're gonna roll around downtown here. It looks like it might be spread out. We're gonna check it out. Originally called Three Forks in the late 1800s. Currently it's got a population of 5,000 and it's surrounded by mountains. This is southwest Virginia and this is gorgeous. Spurred on by coal and iron in the late 1800s. They had hopes of this being the Pittsburgh of the South. Apparently, if you're familiar with the book Lonesome Pine, this is the spot where Lonesome Pine was set at. And I believe there's I don't believe it. According to the internet, there's a movie based on the book, Big Stone Gap movie. I don't know. Yeah, I guess the Big Stone Gap movie. I don't know, or Lonesome Pine. Was the movie Lonesome Pine or Big Stone Gap? I don't know, but it was settled here or based around here. If you know, comment. Don't be surprised and don't act like you don't know that I don't know. There's a few museums here. I think they're all closed. We'd probably check them out. The Southwest Virginia Museum and the Harry Meador Coal Museum. I'll be honest, I'm interested in both of those. I'm a big fan of Southwest Virginia, so I'd like to see those. Let's roll on. I'm currently at the Miners Park, which is a tiny little spot, but it looks like maybe they do music here. All right, let's roll around. We're gonna roll down this street or the next street over, and then we hit whatever this walking path or bike trail is. It goes around town. This might be a shorty, I don't really know. The museums are all closed, but we'll check. Maybe they got some cool stuff outside. There's a wind advisory warning, like a wind hazardous weather alert. So I don't know how much poking around I could do out here today. Let's go. Big Stone Gap, Virginia, folks. I'm pretty sure this is Main Street, but I just pulled into town. I haven't driven around at all. Some brewery places, courthouse, some little shops. Couple of empty buildings, but not a lot. Hello. $1908 minor block. I don't know what that was. According to this sign, this is where Virginia begins. Nice mural. Kentucky north of us and Tennessee to the south, not too far. We'll roll down here to the end of the street, come back up the other street. It looks like might be something going on over there. Maybe not. Bullet Park. I don't know what that is. We are certainly rolling out of town this direction. Let's roll back up this street here. This is one street over from where we was at. Shawnee Avenue, apparently. Bullet Park is out there. I guess we'll work our way that direction after we poke around. Neat house. That's actually pretty big. The John Fox Jr. house. I don't know what that is either, but there's signs. There's that phrase, I don't know. Just did the Virginia Creeper Trail group ride yesterday. Turnout was phenomenal. 40 people, 40 plus. Let's see what this is. Harry Meadow Jr. Coal Museum. Oh man, we got coal stuff over here. The Harry Meadow Jr. Coal Museum. I saw someone else do a video of this where they was able to go inside, if I remember. Might have been the other museum. Actually, I think it was the other museum. No signage on what this equipment was, but it's pretty. I'm guessing this is like a big chainsaw, and it went through, you know, the coal through the various ores or whatever they're called. Yeah, you can see it's got track wheels, big chain. Some sort of conveyor belt system here. When ordering parts, always give this number. This has got a big conveyor belt down the center of it. Looks like this would have ate up the pockets of coal. Pretty cool. Coal would have got, just guessing, I don't actually know, coal would have got pulled up into here and then continued to be carried off to the other side. The Lee Norris 99, I think. I don't know. Can't really read it. That's pretty cool. Someone would sit here and would operate this from down here, and you get set on either side. I'm assuming two people didn't sit here at the same time. Be uncomfy if they did. I suppose they probably did. It don't work. Alright, I'm not going in because they're closed, but looks like quite a bit of cool stuff inside too. This is another one of these horizontal chainsaw deals, I think. This would have, pretty sure this would have gone down the track and then would have basically cut into veins of coal. We might have to come back sometime when everything's open. Walking around to the side of the building here to see if it's open or if there's anything else over here. From big bike trail bridge in front of me. Very similar to what's going to be used in the Creeper Trail bridge replacements. We'll have a look at that in a little bit. Converter control panel. That's massive. Some electrical equipment. Red Door Thrift Store. Big Stone Gap, Virginia, Dead Flower Society. Big Stone Gap Fire Department. Some bells and sirens over here. Cafe and Creamery. Happens to be open. Might get some ice cream. I really need to lose weight. Probably been eating ice cream. The Lonesome Pond Motor Company. Coca-Cola. Alright, we're gonna roll back over here to the little path. We'll roll across this bridge on the path. Safe assumption. You guys can have a look at most likely the style of bridge they're going to use on the Creeper Trail reconstruction.
Howdy.
Hello. Look, folks out enjoying themselves. Hello.
Hi.
This looks like a fairly decent use path. Folks, this bridge over here is the style of bridge they're going to use on the Creeper Trail. These are modern bridges, and as you can see, there's no support underneath it, so the water is not going to get dammed up with debris like the old trestle bridges that needed support in the river. Path goes both ways. I don't know which is which. This is what the new bridges are going to look like. Very similar to this, if not the exact same thing. These are built and hauled in. These will be already done, and they just bring them and set them in on the foundations. A lot of folks aren't excited about that. They like the original trestle bridges. But I'm not sure what you're going to do when Mother Nature decides to take out the original trestle bridges. Nobody chose to take them out. I'm a fan of old train bridges myself, but I'm excited that they're rebuilding the trail. I don't actually know where this path goes, but it's currently flowing along the river here, and that's pretty cool. Nice paved trail. I should probably stop and have a look. They're trying to connect, I think they're trying to connect this area to the town of Appalachia. Yes, there's a town in Virginia called Appalachia. And it's just north of the Big Stone Gap. And I'm pretty sure I saw somewhere that they're trying to connect the two with some rail trail. looking at Google Maps, this ain't on there. There's a small section of trail that looks like it rolls north out of town, and then there's a section of road, and then maybe another trail coming out of Appalachia. That's Appalachia, Virginia, folks. So let's just take a little roll through here and see, I don't know, find out what we find. The river over here is quite pretty. There's lights along the trail. Everything's clean, there's no trash or anything. It's probably fairly new. The river along the way. Folks out here enjoying themselves. I'm guessing this rolls in to whatever little piece of trail I saw. If it goes towards Appalachia, we might just keep on going to Appalachia and roll the dice on whether or not we run out of daylight. I have my headlamp with me, I think, but no lights on the bike. Very pretty stream. Folks, this is what a natural river looks like. You can walk across it. These rivers, like the Ohio River, stuff like that, those have been dammed up so that they can haul cargo along them. And they are not in any means natural. Might just be doing a big loop-de-loop around town here, connecting the other part of town to whatever is over here. Yeah, I'm gonna roll up here to see what this other section is. It might not be anything at all. It's off of Business Route 23. I ain't getting on it. Probably. I'm gonna go, folks. We'll go up here a little bit, see if there's any trails. There's a sign, a bike sign up here saying to share the road, but I ain't looking to share the road. I've got no mirror on this bike. Virginia Coal Heritage Trail. We'll go up here to the side up here and have a look. I have a feeling there's no trail. There might be something up here on the bank. If you're familiar with this area, is there anything up here? The sign says Appalachia is only 2 miles, so I guess if we really wanted to, we could ride to it. Gonna check and see if there's a trail or not on the maps. Looks like there is a road up here on this bank, but it's pretty high and there's no access to it except for back the other direction. So I'm gonna pass on trying to find it. We're on North 23, 2 miles to Appalachia, and 65 back to Abington. So I think I hit this sign up here and then turn back around towards Big Gap. I guess maybe depending on the time of the day, I might drive up to Appalachia or just come back. Probably make a trip back. There's so much down here. I'm a little concerned about goofing off too much since I don't have any lights on this bike. I really don't want to be out here at dark. I can bike around with my headlamp, but I'm less likely to be noticed by traffic. Just repeating myself again, but folks, I'm not a historian. I don't know a lot of stuff. I'm kind of figuring things out as I go. Unfortunately, often I figure things out after I film an area. Start researching more once I've checked an area out. So I learn things after the fact, mostly. You know, I run into something cool and I find it interesting and I Google it. Now, I don't know what I'm doing with it, but I've been researching the Ohio and Erie Canal quite a bit, actually, and I bought me some books on the subject. I don't know if I'm going to put together a bike tour along the Ohio and Erie Canal path, or maybe a car tour along the path. There's not really a lot of bike trails along the path. If I did a bike tour, it'd be on the road, which I kind of have a growing interest in doing more bike touring, or another bike tour, I guess I should say. I did a bike tour through Ohio, but I went up the Ohio River along the edge of the state, and the Ohio-Erie Canal actually went up the center of Ohio from Portsmouth and Scioto County towards Columbus, and then went east towards Akron and Cleveland. On the south side, there are some locks and dams or locks left over, but not very many, and they're not being preserved well. I've heard that they're trying to work on some around the center of Ohio, but even myself, I drove past one of the last locks in Portsmouth for 2 years and didn't know it was there. Really pretty river over here. And the bridge again. You want to have a better look at the bridge? Of course you do. Maplewood Park, the ball field and playground. Look, Scott, a lending library. On your left. I am on the Bruiser today. A lot of folks assume it's an electric bike because they don't see the chain and sprocket on it. The internal drive looks kind of big like a motor, but no assistance on this particular bike other than these big tires assisting you rolling over roots and stuff. Shout out to Priority Bikes. Hello. Shout out to Priority Bikes hooking me up with this dang bicycle. Folks, I'm quite appreciative of the bike. Literally no strings attached, just here, try out our bike. You know, it says quite a bit to me that they just toss it at me with no expectations because they know I'm gonna like it. Like they have a lot of, what's the word I'm looking for? They're quite sure of their product. And I've got no complaints so far. This is quite a nice little trail rolling around town like this. There seems to be a lot of people out enjoying it. And it's not just confined to like the city park apparently. It's rolling around the stream through town. And I think a lot of other towns should take notice. This is a pretty cool idea. Dog park over here on the left. A lot of complaints about kid on e-bikes. Lots of complaints about kids inside and not going outside. I am 100% certain that if they had a nice trail like this, some kids would still be on the street with their e-bikes, but not everybody. I did see some kids out on e-bikes on this trail as I was taking off. Either way, people are certainly getting use out of it. Looks like the trail. Oh, there's another section of river here. Ducks, mallards even, I think. I don't know. I appreciate the murals on man-made stuff. This is the pillar to the bridge above me in the underpass. Real nice murals. Got a campground across the way here. And a dang bridge that raises and lowers. The Altman-Taylor engine. That's pretty cool. I'd like to get out of here with enough daylight left so we can check out that scenic overlook I was talking about. Hello. Probably not really enough time to run out here on a bicycle and try to grab everything in town. In some of the towns, everything is focused around like Main Street. And other spots, other places, things are spread out. I guess if I put more effort into research it beforehand. But I'm just kind of out exploring, dragging y'all along with me. We've rolled around to the back side of the loop that rolls around town here. We're on our way circling back at this point. Look at this little bridge. Wow, that's neat. One thing I like a lot about the Bruiser is being able to shift through multiple gears without pedaling. Pretty awesome. I often find myself in the wrong gear when I'm goofing off, which is all I do, folks, is just goof off. I'm not on a time trial. I got nowhere to be. Nobody waiting for me at home. Can you hear the sadness in my voice? Look at this little setup they got. That's cool. Great flowers too. You know, it's super awesome when people appreciate what they have and they take care of it. I was in Eastern Ohio a couple weeks ago, and I took note how similar it is to Southern Ohio, except for the fact that it looks like everybody takes care of their stuff. You know, people's got pride in their environment. Real nice area. Hello. Hello. Why is everybody pushing their bikes? The world may never know. Carnes Park. They seem to have a handful of parks around town. Little ball fields and whatnot. Hello. Somebody's got a kayak setting up out here in probably their backyard. On your left. On your left. Warren Kelly Memorial Girls Center. Doesn't look like it's in use anymore. Very pretty area of the river here. The South Fork of the Powell River, folks. Look at that. That's pretty. Oh, blue heron. Watch it fly out the minute I stop. Yep, can't even get the camera out. Multiple lending libraries, Scott. This one's quite pretty. Appalachia 1811. We're gonna roll off this trail here and cut down this street. Not 1811, folks, 1911. The something to do with that Lonesome Pine story, or Lonesome Pine Trail, is out this way. And why not bike to it? Why not bike to it? Tale of the Lonesome Pine outdoor drama. If you're familiar with this or interested, comment. Let me know. The Barbara Polly Theater, June Tolliver House. Might have been who wrote the book. I don't know. Look at this. Maybe that's like a wedding venue. It's quite tiny. Trail of the Lonesome Pine, outdoor drama, office, and gift shop. Barbara Polly Center for the Arts. All right, let's have a look at this stuff. June Tolliver House. Don't be shocked. I'm not sure who June Tolliver is. Let's Google it. I guess this is known to be the home of the person the June Tolliver character is modeled after. I'm gonna have to watch this movie. Known to be the boarding house of June Morris, which is where the character of June Tolliver came from, or the inspiration. It's a nice house. And this is the theater where you can see the live play of the Lonesome Pine outdoor drama. I don't know if this has any significance to anything, but I bet it does. I guess I'm gonna have to go watch the movie now. I don't know anything about it. And why not? Have y'all seen Lonesome Pine? Have you seen Lonesome Pine? If you have, this is where it's based out of. Well, I need to see how long it's going to take me to drive home from here. I'd like to get over to the scenic overlook in time to get some views of it for y'all. If you've ever been past it, you know what I'm talking about as soon as you see it. It's pretty nice. That's going to be about it for the town. I'm going to load up. I might run across the bridge in the car and see if there's anything over there rather than biking. I'm running out of time. I don't want to be out here on the road without my lights. I missed one of the museums, but I think I'll come back through here when the museums are open sometime. Might be pretty cool. Who doesn't like old stuff? Well, if I don't find something across the river, I'll see y'all next time. Until next time, follow along. Like and subscribe. Maybe there'll be some bonus footage. Maybe there won't. This is quality content. Like and subscribe.
Bane is the most awesome dude ever.